remain Mr. Hard Pivot, and I am back again, guys. But today, I am doing something a little new. I am starting what's called the Coach's Corner. And this is episode 1, so you guys are in the inaugural episode, okay? So for those that haven't been to the channel before, you're here for the first time, check out some of the videos. Just check out the information that I love to give and share as I get it from my mentors and coaches from across the country. Please subscribe, like, share, all the above, or comment, right? So the Coach's Corner is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do. And it's inspired by a coach that I was just talking to, who actually, he really got into my face and he really pointed out some things that I just wasn't aware of or didn't want to be aware of, or just didn't see. And the way that he pointed them out, it was inspiring to me. So this channel, I mean, the Coach's Corner, guys, is going to be a little different from what I normally do, because it's going to be a little more real, a little more raw and uncut at times. Now, I don't know when those times are, but I know they're coming, right? Because I want to be as direct, and I want to share and give as much as I'm giving, so that you guys can just get from what I'm gathering every single day, as far as knowledge, as far as just mindset from my mentors and coaches across the country, actually. So episode 1, I just want to talk about, guys, be different, being different. In this country, you get taught to pretty much be like the herd, right? From day one, from preschool to kindergarten. What do? They teach you to, when you go to class. My children are in the 4th grades, and they're teaching them now they're switching classes now, right? They're creating a herd mentality, the worker mentality. When the bell goes off, you get up, you move with the herd. They're creating that mentality now. But when you're grown and you're trying to do some things that are different outside of a job, you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're trying to be a business owner, it's hard to have the herd mentality and succeed as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, right? So being different, mindset-wise, is a little harder for us to achieve when we have been taught and just brainwashed to have that herd mentality, right? So today, I just want to talk about, in the first episode of the Coach's Corner, being different. And as you can see by the ticker, it's kind of up as an acronym, but I won't really do it as an acronym, so to speak. I'm going to talk about the different letters to try to convey some things, but it's just a conversation, if nothing else. Okay, guys? And so let's start with the D. Starting with the D, it means you have to dare. You remember the game Truth or Dare? We used to play when we were little, Truth or Dare. Either you tell the truth, or if you don't want to do that, you just take the dare, right? So we're trained to take dares, right? But as we get older, as you become responsible for yourself, we tend to not take as many chances or take as many risks or dare ourselves to do something other than the normal. So it's time now to dare yourself to do something other than the normal, right? To even have a discussion sometimes makes people fearful. To have a discussion with somebody that is successful, or that is doing what you want to do, and you're afraid to do it because you're not daring yourself or willing yourself to do it. So it's time to dare yourself to even start off having the discussions. You have to start off having the discussions, and with yourself. Just don't ask yourself, but with yourself and with other people, have those discussions about your dreams and aspirations and goals. Because when you put those things out into the universe verbally, the universe speaks back. It responds. So after having these discussions, guys, the biggest thing you have to do is to decide to do something. You have to decide to do something, and then you have to do it. You have to decide to do something, and then you have to do it, right? And why? What does that lead to? That leads to you going to get information. Now, when you're gathering information after you decided to do something, you can make a critical and responsible decision on what you want to do. Because when you get this information, the best thing to do is to start incorporating it. not overanalyzing, because we get into what's called analysis paralysis. And we're going to have another episode about that. But you have to incorporate. That means you have to actually do and incorporate the information that you came up with. Now, what a lot of people misunderstand is that you see people talk about being an entrepreneur and financial freedom, and you think that they mean instantly, overnight. And 9 times out of 10, it's never like that. This is a process, because first it starts with a mindset that you have to change. So 9 times out of 10, none of this is overnight. Understanding the difference between income and cash flow and shifting over into that direction is not an overnight thing, right? It took people generations to get into poverty, and it's generations to have the mindset. So sometimes, every now and then you get somebody that clicks instantly. That's a whole nother story. But sometimes it takes time, right? So when you incorporate the information that you've gathered, don't be afraid to incorporate it in increments, right? Take baby steps. It's okay, because what you're trying to do is get to what? Let's get to the F's. Your future. You're trying to change your future. You're trying to do something different for your future generations, for your children, for your grandchildren, for your great-grandchildren, right? So we have to start doing these things in steps if you're trying to change your future. Now, when you're talking about changing your future, what are you talking about changing? 9 times out of 10, we're talking about your finances, right? Now, if you're that person that says, oh, money is not everything and money don't solve all problems, let me tell you something. Money might not solve all problems, but money solves a lot of problems, right? So I would rather have money to solve the problems that money can solve and deal with the other problems, as opposed to having the same amount of problems and not having any money. Think about that for a while. It's going to be a different episode. But definitely you're trying to change your financial future, not just yours. It may not even change in your lifetime, but the steps that you incorporated may change the steps for your children. Because guess what? They're going to start watching you now. The things that you implement for your financial future for your children, they're going to be watching these things. They're going to be looking. They're going to be listening. They're going to be learning, right? And guess what it's going to change, guys? Either small or overnight, it's going to change everything. Talking about that other E, it's going to change everything. Why is it going to change everything? Because now you're going to start to see opportunity everywhere. Because you're going to be in the room with people that understand opportunity, that understand that opportunities are everywhere, that understand that it only takes one opportunity or one decision to change everything in your life. It only takes one decision to change everything. And the things that change typically are the returns that you get. I'm talking about the R. The things that change are the returns that you get. Now, what returns am I talking about? Of course, if we're talking financial, talking about returns on your investment. Sure. Those things that help change your life and that could be took care of with money and financial, right? But I'm talking more importantly right now, the returns that you'll have now, mindset-wise. I'm talking about the returns that you will have on your personal growth. I'm talking the returns that you'll have on your self-development. And I'm talking about the returns that as the gift that keeps on giving, that when you see in the children and the family around you. And I like to gear a lot of this toward generational, but sometimes we have to be responsible. We have to be the one that's not afraid to be different, to change even the adults around us in our families, because they're kind of stuck where they are until they learn something different or see something different. Some people you have to show better than you can tell, right? And not saying that you have to work to impress or to show them something. Do you, right? And being different and not being afraid of their perception, not being afraid of what they think, not being afraid of being called something other than what you are or what you're trying to do. Definitely don't worry about that. That's the key to being different, right? But your return is going to absolutely and let's get to the other E, change your existence, the way you exist, right? I mean, your thinking goes to a whole nother like existential level. And when you're thinking on a different level like that, and you're thinking like existentially, those are the people that you end up being in the room with. A bunch of other different people who knows that everything has changed and their returns are awesome because they think on an existential level and they know that opportunity is everywhere. And now you know that nothing will ever be the same again. Because once you are exposed to something new that actually works, because you weren't afraid to step out on faith, to step out on tangibility, things that you can see, because you definitely want to be in a room with the different people that have garnered results, right? Tangible results from their efforts. And you want to be in the room with different people who've actually garnered failure, right? Those are you want to be in a room with all kind of different people that has failed and succeeded and know how to do them both. Why? Because they can teach you how to succeed, show you how to succeed. They can teach you and show you what not to do so you don't make the same mistakes that they made, to fall to the same pitfalls. And the T, guys, is so that you can teach your children. You can teach those around you that things do not have to stay the same. There's no such thing as a generational curse. It's all right here. It's all in your head. It's all on the person looking at this video. The moment you decide to do something different, the moment you decide that you are tired of your situation will change. Because your mindset will change. Because the moment you start implementing little bits of newness in your lifestyle, you'll start attracting those people. And you'll start attracting those people. And it just goes up from there, right? Now you'll understand, we all know we don't have, endless time on this earth. But the things that we do understand when it comes to like money is because we want to teach that to our children. We want to teach our children the difference in income and cash flow. Like time, there's a difference. Income is measured in dollars when cash flow is measured in time. Now, when that's the end of that different, because everybody that's different, that's successful, that's wealthy, on the road to wealth, on the road to success, or just happy in their mind state, they understand the difference between those two. That's what makes them different. You have to look in the mirror. You have to say, I have to do something different. Because if you're that person that wants something, you want wealth, you want financial freedom, you just want to be able to vacation when you want to and not have to come back so fast, right? But if for the last 2 or 3 weeks, or let's say the last month, you have been that person that has done the exact same thing for the last month, I want you to think about it, guys. Call yourself out. For the last 4 weeks, if your routine has been the same, and inside of that last 4 weeks, you have said or uttered the words, I want more, I'm tired of this job, I don't want to go to work, I hate being here. If you've uttered any of that for the last 4 weeks, and yet your routine has been the same, work every day, come home, cook, clean, drink a beer, watch the game, play with the kids maybe, and then the weekend, all you're doing is waiting on to find the next party or something to go to, and you didn't do anything different. You did what you always do. Sunday, you may go to church, eat, come home, clean, cook, watch sports all day. Maybe don't go to church, or don't go anywhere. Just watch sports all day, or go shopping all day. And yet Monday, you dread Monday because the routine is the same. Then if you're not doing anything different, how can you expect different results in your life? And you've heard it 1,000 times, the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over again, and yet you expect different results. The very definition of insanity, right? So guys, Coach's Corner, episode 1 today. Topic is be different. I need you guys to be different. I need you guys to step outside of what's normal and expected. And I don't care what age you are. That's the problem. We keep thinking it's all about, younger people not understanding how to step outside of their comfort zone. And no, it's us. We still are in a position to show those around us how to be different. But you have to be fearless in doing it. You have to be fearless in doing it. You have to want to do it. And at the end of every Coach's Corner, guys, because I am always going to share what's poured into me, and what's poured into me is from a community of people that are absolutely different on every level, understanding the difference between income and cash flow, understanding how to be in a room with those that are going in the same direction, that believe in, self-growth and production, understanding that the only way to generational wealth or financial freedom is to do something different, be around people that are different, a community of people like that. You can never get anything different if all you care about is waiting on the weekends to set up a bunch of alcohol and food for a football game or a basketball game or a baseball game or a hockey game. And, and then Monday, dread going to work and hate your boss and hate. It has to stop making sense to you. You have to get out of the herd mentality. Being different, go back and listen to each one of those words, because you have to implement. Each one of those descriptions for the letters. You have to. That's the only way you're going to actually change the position of your life. It's that simple. You have to look in the mirror, take some accountability, and say, I'm the one who's afraid to be different. We talk about bravado all the time, and you don't care what people think about you. And I don't care what a person thinks about me. I don't care what he says about me. I don't care what she says about me. But the fact is, if you're complaining about your situation and you're not doing anything different, the fact is you absolutely do care what they think about you, what they're going to say about you. If you do something that's going to change your family, change your mindset, start with you. And then we'll change the rest. Right, guys? The Coach's Corner, guys. Episode 1 today. I appreciate you guys for joining. We're going to do an episode a week. Please, if you have any suggestions, something you want to talk about, want me to talk about, expound on, if you'd like to come on the Coach's Corner and have a conversation with me live, please feel free to do that. Drop in the comment sections. You can drop your information, and I'll be more than happy to reach out to you. We can do that for sure. All are welcome. Let's talk love perspective. It's nothing about it, especially the coaches and the trainers and the mentors. I definitely, I want to always soak up and get the game from those that have been there before me, right? Or those that are coming up now, because even people that are younger than you coming up and doing certain things, they have a different perspective, right? And just because they're younger than you don't mean their perspective is wrong. So definitely reach out, guys. Reach out, and I sure would appreciate it. Again, Tremaine, Mr. Hard Pivot, and we're going to do this every week, guys. Every week, Coach's Corner. So for those that know me, you know what I'm about to say. I don't know most of you guys, but I believe in you. So why don't you? See you next week.